Welcome to Raw, a build towards some people suggesting Jinder Mahal already in the ring as to open the show. We had Jinder Mahal taking on Djakovic. Obviously Djakovic last week on Raw made his debut and looked impressive in his victory. And tonight has been given Jinder Mahal, a man who's looking for some wins himself here on the red brand, as he's been losing quite a lot recently. So it's a match where both superstars need to win. Let's get this match underway between Djakovic and Mahal, but it looks like Mahal is not wasting any time looking to attack Djakovic before the match can start. Mahal now. Mahal is punching Djakovic, and now with some elbows to the side of the face, but Djakovic is not going down. There we go. The third one takes him down. Mahal now looking for a collapse on the steel. A collapse on the steel ramp. Jinder Mahal now. I think Jinder Mahal is looking to get him in the ring and pin him. Djakovic falls over though. Might have bought himself some time there with that trip. And Djakovic, Mahal into the ring. Match is underway. Mahal to pick up a victory here to beat Djakovic. Djakovic just gets the shoulder up, and Mahal cannot believe it. Mahal thought he got the victory there, and Mahal just kicking Djakovic in the face, and we just asked the crowd for them to bow down to him. I'd imagine if Djakovic loses here tonight, and Djakovic now hit with another Colossus. Is that it? And just enough. Djakovic has just enough left to kick out there. I don't think Mahal can quite believe what's happening here. Somehow Djakovic is kicking out. After he might have a broken nose, depending on where that cut is. That was right to the nose. And now Mahal's going right after the face, where he just busted him open. Well, it's looking impressive here, gotta say. The sneak attack on Djakovic hasn't been able to put him away though. And Mahal just angrily stomping away at the chest of Djakovic. Now again a stomp to the midsection, and again right to the chest. It's now Mahal. Mahal looks for a big boot, but Djakovic from behind. Djakovic now middle rope. What's Djakovic thinking? Roll through into a sit out power bomb. It's one way to get control of a match, and now Djakovic with a gut wrench power bomb. Now Djakovic dropping a knee there. Djakovic with an impressive combination there and a huge strike. Now Djakovic with a huge powerbomb to Mahal, and Djakovic is fired up here. Mahal able to get up though. Mahal met with a chop though, and now a punch, and now another punch. Mahal catches the elbow and gets the big boot. Mahal's unaware. Djakovic turns him around, hoists him up, he's looking for it. Feast your eyes, connects. I think Djakovic is looking to make sure of the victory here, or maybe just teach Jinder Mahal a lesson as he hits two of the best. The crowd chanting one more time here. Will Djakovic oblige? It'll be a sign that Djakovic is going to oblige. Calling Mahal to his feet. Djakovic looking for a third knee to the face, and that's it. 1, 2, 3. Mahal, good strategy there, you got to say, attacking Djakovic and hitting a collapse on the steel ramp. But Djakovic bought himself enough time when getting back into the ring, we're following over before getting to the ring apron to kick out, and then obviously as you can see the class here wasn't enough to put him away, but then 3 feast your eyes in a row were enough to put away Jinder Mahal with a 1, 2, 3. Djakovic is 2 wins now here on Raw, and it's looking impressive. Let's continue with the rest of the show. As the Hurricane has made his way over to Raw, it's because right now he wants Kane in the middle of the ring. Obviously, Kane and Hurricane were former tag team champions back in the old days of WWE, and he believes that him and Kane should team up again together. She was asked Kane to meet him in the ring here tonight and accept his invitation to be a tag team once again. Let's find out if Kane's going to do so and get him out there. Now, so Kane made his return to Raw last week, and looks very, very dominant in this match. You gotta say, if Kane accepts this with a Hurricane, it'll be a nice little throwback. In the back of my mind, I can see Kane just turning down this, as this looks impressive on his own in his first match. And the Kane that we have now, the Kane that's gone back to the days where he dominated Raw, is ready to dominate Raw once again. Let's see if he's going to accept the Hurricane's tag team invitation or turn him down. Or a Hurricane trying to get Kane on his side. Hurricane maybe saying, come on, let's be a tag team again. Yeah, let's tag team once more. I don't think Kane has any interest in being a tag team with Hurricane, as he chokeslams him straight to hell. What is Kane thinking? Why is Kane coming over to the announce table? What in the world is Kane thinking about doing with a Hurricane? Hurricane making his way over from SmackDown. Remember, Hurricane is a SmackDown superstar. Hurricane did not have to come over here to Raw, but obviously due to the tag teams being both branded and at SummerSlam. Oh, we'll get to that on next week. We've got an announcement for the tag team titles at SummerSlam. It's now Kane just looking to chokeslam Hurricane through a table. Now this is a match. Kane throws Hurricane back in the ring here. This is a massacre here. Hurricane was, you gotta say Hurricane, there was a little bit of a chance, you gotta say. There was a small part of me that wanted to see this tag team back together. But a third chokeslam in a row, 2 in the ring, 1 for the announce table. And Kane pins Hurricane here. And gets his second victory on Raw on Hurricane. We gotta say Hurricane, he got saw this coming, to be honest. This isn't the same Kane that he once tag teamed with. This is a different Kane. A Kane that tore Raw down on his own. Kane is looking to rise up the ranks here. And let's continue with the show. Oh, we saw Djakovic beat Mahal earlier tonight. We also saw Charlotte Flair take on Natalia, and we saw Kane turn down our Hurricanes request to be a tag team and pick up a victory. But before we get to this match between Randy Orton and between RK Bro and Owen Lorcan and Danny Burch, we have an announcement from Batista. We're caught backstage here. What is going on here? That's Dexter Lumis and Dominic. What are we seeing here? I thought Dominic was going to attack next. Obviously these two just fought. Alex Shimros and Dominic got absolutely slaughtered by Dexter. It's like Dominic is walking up to Dexter here. What's going on here? What are we seeing? It's like these two having a conversation. We can't hear what these two are talking about. The cameramen are meant to be going towards Batista, who's making an announcement right now. He's meant to be making an announcement right now, but we'll cut to this backstage. Guess we're going to get answers to this at some point. And it was like Dominic has got all he needed as Dexter goes back to the vending machine there. So now Dominic is walking away here. Wonder what these two just talked about. Surprised Dominic didn't attack Dexter. Let's cut to Batista and get the announcement out of the way. I just wanted to announce at SummerSlam, the tag team titles will be unified, and we'll see the RK Bro taking on the Usos to unify the titles. And also this week on Raw we have doubled or triple security after the attacks last week and the power cuts and everything like that. We're still looking into answers, so I guess we'll get them pretty soon. But let's get back into the action and see if RK Bro can defeat Lorcan and Birch. Well, after Lorcan and Birch lost to RK Bro here tonight, we have Ricochet in action. Now Ricochet, we do know, will take on AJ Styles at SummerSlam for the WWE title, getting his title match that he earned. Obviously, addition was Joe versus AJ Styles because Ricochet was injured before the pay-per-view, so he couldn't take part in that match, which would win a triple threat match between those three. He's going to get a one-on match with AJ Styles at SummerSlam, and what a match that's going to be. Ricochet's in action here tonight. Let's get out his opponent and see if Ricochet can get some momentum going towards SummerSlam. As you can see, the man Ricochet's going to be facing here tonight is Elias. Let's get this match on the way, see if Elias can pick up a victory over Ricochet, and if Ricochet's going to gain momentum heading towards SummerSlam. If we're in his hometown, we're not too sure. But Ricochet here. Ricochet versus Elias, but Elias obviously has a power advantage here tonight. We're seeing that straight away. And Elias now straight to the midsection. And just kicking Ricochet in the midsection again here. Not just a boot, just an elbow right across the face. And now Ricochet clearly targeting the midsection of Ricochet. They're looking to shorten his gas tank here tonight. Ricochet doesn't have stamina to pull off all the moves he does and go at the speed he wants to, and this match is going to be firmly in control of Elias tonight. Elias now hoisting Ricochet up, but Ricochet flips out of it. Ricochet now spinning back elbow, spinning back forearm, sorry, drops Elias there. Elias could be out cold after that if it wasn't for the kick to the ankle. But now Ricochet thinking about springboarding here, crossbody straight across the back of Elias there. Ricochet launches Elias out. Ricochet, shooting star press from the ring. And that was just things only the one and only Ricochet can do. That is why I believe AJ's got a big match in for him at SummerSlam. Yes, he's got past Drew McIntyre. He's got past Samoa Joe at Extreme Rules. Got past Chris Jericho at Backlash. But he's facing a man who has not been at the pinnacle of WWE yet. He's facing a man who has the hunger, to do what it takes to get there. And that is Ricochet. But he's going to be facing the Pitbull AJ Styles. Got a question if it wasn't for Chris Jericho returning to WWE, obviously, so we're going to see Chris Jericho in action after this match. Shooting star press from Ricochet, but Elias gets the shoulders up, and now what a knee. And Ricochet straight back up though. So Conor elbow tie up again, and now Ricochet, this time planted across the back. Elias now. The crowd were behind him at the start of the match. I think they got behind Ricochet as this match has gone in the way. And Elias saying it's over. So if Elias gets a victory here, that's going to be a big statement from him. Beating a man who currently is the #1 contender to AJ. Oh, clearly and obviously rising up the card here, but Ricochet back in control here. Ricochet back to the top. Setting his sights on his target. Ricochet. So a Hurricane Runner caught by Elias, and now Elias. A cutter. Elias now. What's Elias thinking here? Elias. Just cross. A variation of the crossroads there. Now Elias. A ring knowledge from Elias here. Drift away. Into the pin. Is that enough to put away Ricochet here tonight? Referee into the pinfall. Ricochet just about gets the shoulders up. Or gets the shoulder up anyway. Crowd shouting, "You're not worthy" here to Elias, and Elias clearly not happy about that. So Elias has some potential here in WWE. He just needs to find what works for him. Maybe losing the theatrics will work. Ricochet using his theatrics there. Now Ricochet thinking the people's moonsault A shout out to The Rock here. Little shout out to Stone Cold as well. People's moonsault. Ricochet now. Rana comes in. No, he came in with a flying forearm instead, actually. More of a clothesline. Ricochet now, top rope. Ricochet. Phoenix. Splash there. That is just impressive. And now Ricochet, what's he thinking? Well, Elias with a huge forearm there. Elias now off the ropes. Just runs in, drop in. Drop in, Ricochet there. Now Elias in control of this match again. That clothesline looked painful. Looked like it knocked the lights out of Ricochet. So now Ricochet placed up and down the top rope. What is Elias thinking? Elias now maybe thinking superplex. He does. Connects with a superplex. Ricochet not in a good way here. Now Elias maybe thinking about putting this one away here. That's just playing the air guitar there. Elias caught there by Ricochet. Now Ricochet back in this one, chops and a kick. Standing shooting star press. Ricochet now calling Elias to his feet here. Ricochet changing his. I think I was thinking about going after the midsection there, but Ricochet again. Ricochet is not his usual self here tonight. It seems the attacks from Elias in this match have done him justice. Maybe Ricochet just thinking twice. But Ricochet gets out of the way there. Just in time there by Ricochet. Now what's he thinking? Sit out powerbomb from Ricochet into a shooting star press. And Ricochet picks up Elias, hooks the legs, drives him down, middle of the ring. Is that enough? 1, 2, Elias kicks out. Ricochet might be signaling it. Is Ricochet signaling their 6:30 here? Ricochet puts Elias in position to the top rope. Well, Elias is Elias rolling out the way there. That was smart from Elias, just ring awareness. Knew exactly where he was and took advantage of it and dropping Ricochet there with a knee. And now caught again there by Ricochet. As Ricochet DDT. Top rope again by Ricochet. Ricochet gets a diving axe handle. Ricochet this time takes down Elias now. Shooting star. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3. Ricochet puts Elias away with a shooting star press. And builds up momentum going towards SummerSlam to face AJ Styles. Now up next we do Chris Jericho in action as we see the replays of this match here. Elias almost got the job done there. With the drift away. A wonderful combination from Elias there. I think 3 or 4 moves in a row setting up for that. 1, 2, then the kick out there by Ricochet. Ricochet here, hook the legs, and just drives Elias down into the mat. I thought it could have been over here. 1, 2, but Elias just about kicks out there. But then the shooting star press it by Ricochet. Beautiful rotation from him. Gets the 3 count. Ricochet not using the 6:30 or recall tonight. Deciding to pull out his shooting star press for the victory. Let's get into our next match. Here comes Jericho. Now Jericho has called out the man he believes responsible for the actions last week. Obviously Jericho was taken out during when the lights went out and the footage was cut. Jericho believes the man who's going to be facing here tonight was behind it. But we also did hear a familiar voice, well, a familiar laugh I should say, before the show went on air. Obviously we didn't hear it as the show went on air, but checking back after the show, second it went off air, I saw the video online. It was quite creepy. Obviously a familiar laugh. I'm guessing we're going to have answers soon. We've not had anything happen tonight from my knowledge anyway. As Jericho makes his way down here, let's see who Jericho has called out. and see who he believes is behind the attack. Okay, not a bad show from Jericho, to be fair. He's called out the Boogeyman here. Now, what the Boogeyman have cut the footage before his attack. We have seen the Boogeyman in action here before in recent months, so we do know he is an active competitor here. So he doesn't really need to cut the cameras, you know what I mean, for an attack on someone. Is Jericho correct here? I guess we're going to find out after this Raw, maybe. Maybe the real attacker, if it isn't a Boogeyman, will come forward. Let's get this match underway. I can see why Jericho does think it is a Boogeyman. I don't think Jericho wants anything to do with a Boogeyman right now. Boogeyman playing his mind games here. Jericho grabbing a weapon here. Boogeyman just laughing in his face and just telling him to bring it. And Jericho, I think Jericho knows what to do here. The referee's counting him out, so he needs to get back in the ring. Jericho now going around to the end of the ring. Jericho now in the ring, got a steel chair in hand, but a referee stopping Jericho now. Boogeyman on the attack, and the referee's well within his rights there to do that. It is another one-on-one match here. So now this matchup is underway. So Boogeyman just rains down a few right hands into the face of Jericho. And the reason why Jericho doesn't know who it is as Jericho gets out of the gut wrench there is because the lights went out before the attack. Jericho was making his way down to the ring, got into the ring, you got to imagine. The second the lights went out, thinking he was going to be safer there. But then when the lights came back on, we saw Jericho laid out. There's now a Boogeyman. This time gets a gut wrench. Now again, rains on some right hands. This is the first match we've seen Jericho in ever since his loss to AJ Styles. So we're going to see what level he's on, I imagine. As Jericho again gets out. A gut wrench here, Boogeyman going for a second time in a row there. But unable to connect with it as now Jericho drops an elbow right to the heart of the Boogeyman. If the Boogeyman does have a heart, I'm going to imagine he might not. Jericho now looking for a backbreaker. He definitely does have a back, so and now Jericho drops the knee right to the face. Jericho following up with another one, maybe looking to burst open Boogeyman hit, and now we won't be able to really see the blood considering the red. The red get up with a Boogeyman, and maybe we'll be able to see over the yellow. Now Jericho, what's he looking for now? Jericho thinking backbreaker, but a well-placed knee rocks Jericho. And a Boogeyman to get back into this one with DDT. Jericho's lucky he's not awake right now, or not up anyway, to see what's going on. But Jericho tells him to bring it, and that Boogeyman does so. Jericho living up to his fears there, you gotta imagine. Jericho not letting any fear take advantage of Boogeyman, just launches him up and drops him right down on his face. And the Boogeyman with another knee right across the face of Jericho. Jericho just hit with combination strikes there. Boogeyman goes after the midsection here. Looking to dig the foot into the throat there, but Jericho catches the leg. And Jericho with a knee of his own. And Jericho looking for submission. A camel clutch here. Camel clutch. Don't care who you are. Submissions will do damage. Boogeyman breaking the hold. Jericho is not too happy about that as Boogeyman takes him down. And that just grabs him by the throat. There's a chokehold here on Jericho. Can Jericho get out of this? Jericho somehow gets out. So Jericho. Boogeyman again just grabs him by the throat. Why is the referee not stopping? It's usually with chokes. The referee will stop them after a certain amount of time, but because this one's apparently a submission hold, he's going to let it happen. Jericho's going to have an inquest about that, as like Jericho looks in a sleeper. Jericho got rope break. And Jericho is slapping the referee. I think he's apologising there to the ref. Jericho to set in. The emotions get the better of him there as a boogeyman. Jericho pulled up there. That was smart by Jericho. But that wasn't smart by Jericho. That was far from smart. He had control of the match and just let it go. And allowed the boogeyman back into this as now. The boogeyman, what's he looking for there? He's looking for something as Jericho. It's a knee as the boogeyman collapses. Now Jericho goes to the legs with a lion tamer locked in. Jericho with a lion tamer hasn't done as much damage as he would hope, and as he lets it go. Now what's Jericho thinking now? Jericho with an armbar. Looking at a bunch of submissions here, Jericho tonight. Jericho with his armbar locked in tight as a boogeyman. I think looking to get out of it, yes he is. Just rains down on a couple of rights there. And he misses the big boot. Misses the big boot there. The boogeyman now. I'm thinking about something, but Jericho sent him over the top. What in the world is Jericho thinking? Jericho does not need to do this. Jericho, a moonsault from the top rope to the outside. And that's why he's nicknamed himself Le Champion. So Jericho sends him back into the ring. Now Jericho thinking lion salt. Jericho, lion salt connects. Jericho be thinking Judas effect here. Jericho backing it up. Jericho calling the boogeyman to his feet here. Jericho thinking Judas effect. No, he changed his mind last second there. Why did he change his mind? It's now the boogeyman looking for something there, but Jericho backs up Judas effect. Now Jericho into the lion tamer again here, but the referee calls rope break, and I think Jericho. What is Jericho doing? Jericho, as I mentioned, this is just a normal one-on-one match, Jericho. You don't need to do this, Jericho. What is Jericho doing? What is... Jericho now picking up the steel chair, but right into a boogie slam, or boogie bomb, sorry. Is that going to be enough? Jericho somehow gets the shoulders up. And the boogeyman now. Boogeyman gets caught there. It's Jericho. Codebreaker. I think it's just allowing the referee to get the chair out of the ring now. So let's put this match away. Jericho, Judas effect into the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Jericho pins the boogeyman here tonight. And was the boogeyman behind the attack? If so, then what was he after? Because he didn't get a victory here tonight. Maybe he's just playing games with Jericho, I don't know. But Jericho gets the victory here. But I don't think that quite satisfied Jericho enough. I think Jericho wanted more. I think Jericho wanted to make sure that if it was the boogeyman, he wasn't going to do anything ever again. There's Jericho now. A steel chair. It's right to the skull. The boogeyman, I don't care who you are. Chair shots to the face. Not enough to take anyone out. It's Jericho again. Now he's calling him up, calling him to his feet. Jericho. Jericho, what's he thinking? Jericho getting a big run up here. Jericho, Judas effect. Let's get into our next match. Coming to our main event, and Kevin Owens is in action here. Kevin Owens, we've seen him in a rivalry with Jeff Hardy recently, but Jeff Hardy is not cleared to compete. He's still out injured. And Kevin Owens is looking to get himself, I guess, into the into the SummerSlam match card, sorry. He's not currently in a championship picture. Maybe whoever is facing it tonight, Kevin Owens is going to use that as a stepping stone to put himself in the WWE title picture or the IC title picture here on Monday Night Raw. Let's get out Kevin Owens as an opponent and get this match underway. And there's no way. He's not cleared to compete. Jeff Hardy's not cleared to compete yet. Surely Jeff Hardy's not back yet. If Jeff Hardy's back and it's not in his best well-being, Jeff Hardy is back. And he is Kevin Owens' opponent. If you don't know why this is a big deal, the night after Money in the Bank, Kevin Owens attacked Jeff Hardy. Then at Backlash pay-per-view, these two had a brutal match, which saw Jeff Hardy get the victory. But he injured himself and Kevin Owens in the process. Well, we've got these two in a match here tonight. And well, this is gonna be personal. These two do not like each other. It's Kevin Owens now. Kevin Owens. Jeff Hardy did not realise it, sorry. Jeff Hardy's dodging Kevin Owens' attacks there. Kevin Owens just lost it though at the end there. I think Jeff Hardy knew exactly what was going on there. Jeff now. Jeff launching Owens to the outside. What is Jeff doing? What is Jeff thinking? Jeff don't do this. Jeff launches himself over the top. Hardy now. The crowd chanting, "This is awesome." That Hardy's back here on Raw. I'm going right after Kevin Owens. Jericho obviously just saw beat the Boogeyman. That's why Jericho's on my mind still. But Jeff Hardy is here on Raw. And Kevin Owens can't be too happy about this. Think about it. This man defeated him. And the matchup is going to get underway now. Kevin Owens got back from injury faster than Hardy did. But Hardy clearly is still a bone to pick with Kevin Owens as Kevin. This is a senton there. I don't think Kevin's really in the right mindset right now, seeing Jeff Hardy come down the road. Must have been like seeing a ghost for him. Seeing a man that he put out injured for a month, sorry. Now Jeff did get a victory over him at Backlash, but like I mentioned, Jeff Hardy didn't leave the ring 100%. Jeff Hardy had to be sidelined for a number of weeks. It's cannonball there from Kevin Owens. It's not Hardy. What is Owens thinking here? Owens. Gutbusters. Owens going to follow up with a senton. Yes, he is. It's classic Kevin Owens. And Kevin's smart. Going after the midsection, that was part of the injury of Jeff Hardy. It was actually his right arm, which was the main injury, as Kevin added a foot into the throat of Hardy. Sorry. Hardy now. Why did Batista clear him? Surely Batista knows this man is not medically cleared. Kevin Owens went for a double foot stomp there. Owens now. Hardy fires back with some rights. If it's Owen here. And now Hardy, thinking Hardy echo rest. Yes, he is. Classic Jeff Hardy. It's Hardy now getting the crowd fired up here. Hardy off the ropes, flies him with a forearm. Hardy now second rope. It's Kevin Owens gets up. Hardy with an elbow, with a clothesline. Sorry, taking down Kevin. Kevin gets out of the way. The moonsault there. Kevin might be thinking stunner. Hardy cut the leg there. Hardy with a back elbow. Now Hardy firing some rights there. Hardy now a kick that looked low, ref. It might have been to the midsection, sorry. It might have been actually to the midsection, but Jeff now just looking to tweak the knee here. Now classic Jeff Hardy. And there's another splash. It's Hardy now. Hardy fired up here. We are in Charlotte, North Carolina after all, his hometown. No wonder why he's back, I guess. Jeff hits hard. Code breaker from Kevin Owens, but Jeff Hardy straight back up here. DDT. Kevin getting straight back up here. Both of these men just throwing everything they have at each other. Kevin now. Kevin dodges a drop kick and hits a clothesline. Jeff Hardy getting up now. Jeff Hardy booted in the face and I think he just got busted open. I think Jeff Hardy just got busted open by Kevin Owens there. Kevin now. Punching Hardy off the ropes. Hardy gets the block up. Hardy gets a kick. A punch, sorry, looks for a kick there. It's now Hardy. Catches. Oh, Kevin Owens just got a block up. That was smart by Kevin Owens. Both of these men just trying to get something to control this match here. So in the end, Hardy doesn't look for a moonsault again, but going to the wall one too many times. It's just a super kick. Jeff getting up again. I think everyone's just saying, stay down, Jeff. It's for the well-being of Jeff Hardy if he stays down. Jeff now. Stunner by Owens into the pin. Is that it? 1, 2. But Jeff Hardy kicks out. How is Hardy still in this one? You can see, you could hear him wincing there in pain. As much as Jeff Hardy's not 100% medically cleared right now. How did he even get in this match? Was it just backstage and thought, you know, I'm going out there? Put on the face paint, put on the attire, put on his gear, and went out to the ring. So Hardy just getting up as it was planted back down. I don't think Kevin can quite believe what he's seeing right now. As Hardy just keeps getting up. This is what he had to put up with in their match at Backlash. Hardy just wouldn't stay down. To the point where Hardy had to put himself down. Hardy now. Classic Jeff Hardy. Doesn't follow up with a leg drop there. What a drop kick, sorry. It's now Jeff. What is Jeff thinking? Jeff. Oh, he's setting him up. Plants him down with a powerbomb. Jeff now. Launches himself over the top of a leg drop. Something just great for the mind of Hardy there. Just saw Hardy. Let's look at Owens. Hardy now just sends Owens to the outside. Jeff, what in the world is Jeff Hardy thinking? Jeff Hardy, don't do this. Don't do this, Jeff. Jeff thinking, swan time, but knees up by Kevin. Knees up by Kevin on the outside. So now, Enziguri to Jeff. Kevin now. Notice Hardy's back to his feet. So now these two just brawling on the outside here. The referee counting. It's on a 3 count. I don't think either of these men really care about the count. Both men just want to put the other down as referee demands they both get back in the ring. Hardy holding his arm, the injured arm, the right arm. So Kevin with a sent onto that arm. I think I know what Kevin's thinking. Kevin, if you think what you think about, don't do this. Kevin, don't do this. Hardy fighting back low. Hardy. Twist of fate on the outside. Kevin was thinking package power driver for that table. I know he was. We're sitting and do that in recent times. This new look Kevin Owens, this new attitude of Kevin Owens. It's now Jeff Hardy with a twist of fate through the table. Hardy now. Launches Kevin back in the ring. Hardy to the top. Hardy now. Kevin Owens is rolled over. Kevin is blocking a swanton right now. In fact, Kevin Owens is rolled over. Couldn't allow Hardy to get the Swanton as Kevin gets back into this one. Kevin now. It's a kick. Oh, shot there, sorry. Drops Hardy. What's Kevin saying to the ref? Where's Kevin going? I think Kevin's thinking about leaving here tonight. Kevin leaving here, but Jeff Hardy follows hot. Kevin Owens realised, and like Kevin headbutt to Hardy. Seems to just brawl in now over this steel. This is a precarious place to be. Co-breaker by to Hardy. Sorry. This is not a place where you wanna be fighting someone as Kevin now. Kevin looking to just drop their neck across the leg. What is Kevin thinking out here? Kevin, stunner. Kevin is stomping away in the leg of Hardy. Another head. Kevin, no, Kevin. No. No, you can't do this, Kevin. No. I don't have any words. Jeff just beat the count. Jeff beat the count. Jeff was in the ring. We're gonna have to have some words about that one. As Jeff beat the count. How did Jeff get up after the package power drive on the steel? Jeff was just a last second burst of energy. As you can see, the package power driver there on the steel. Where's Jeff? I think Kevin just laid out Jeff after he beat the count. Kevin Owens, this man is despicable. What won't he do to get what he wants here in this company? I thought that was the end of the show here, but Kevin Owens just teeing off on Hardy here. The show is meant to be over. That was meant to be the ending. But I don't think Kevin Owens is happy that there's a little bit of controversy over that win. A co-breaker again to Jeff. So Kevin lays out the referee. Kevin Owens now. What's Kevin thinking? Kevin's got a steel chair. Kevin Owens. But Jeff's back up. But Kevin stopped by the ref. It's not Kevin. Kevin thinking pop-up powerbomb maybe. Kevin Owens. Pop-up powerbomb. Now just integrate to the referee. What is Kevin doing here? It's not Kevin. Kevin maybe making sure that the referee don't stop him. Package. Power driver again to Hardy. This crowd is sick. Chanting one more time. Kevin's gonna give it though, because why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Kevin. Pop up. Package power driver, sorry. For a third time. And that's in and winning that Raw with Seagulls and SmackDown. It's just despicable by Kevin Owens.